a towering steel in every corner. The promise feels real. From the ground to the stars, we're built on dreams, we're raising bars. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for.
Rec-
Sorry about that, folks. My Zoom was still running. I had to stop that. Apologies for that little technical mistake on my part. Welcome back to the program. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Welcome back on this Easter Sunday, folks. It's Kaffee, Klatsch once again. Your chance to discuss concerns about the refugee program and issues and interest in the refugee program. I want to thank you all for being here. My plan is to do this every Sunday, but it isn't always possible, and so it wasn't always possible. Last Sunday, I was in Las Vegas, so it wasn't really easy to do. So welcome back. It's good to see you all again here. And so I've now traveled to Birmingham, Alabama, Twin Falls, Idaho, Dallas, Texas, Rochester, New York, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Riverdale, Maryland, and Las Vegas, Nevada to meet with South African refugees. I have additional trips upcoming. And now that all the South African teams have crapped out of the Champions and Challenge Cup, that will free up the quarterfinal weekend, the semifinal, and the final weekend. That's 3 weekends that I will not need to carve out, that I'll be able now to travel to meet with refugees. And I try to travel so a weekend is involved, not because I like the weekends, but because some refugees already have jobs. They have meetings with their case officers, things like that. If I go on the weekend, then I avoid putting them out. So, yeah, I'm planning on more trips. Yeah, Lorraine loves Idaho. I love Idaho, too. The Gem State's lovely. Yep. Military vet. Fingerprint issues now. Police clearance delays will stall your whole case. You only need a police clearance if they ask you for it. Do not go and get one unless you're told to get one. Catching up on The Chosen. Oh, that's brilliant. I have it on DVD or Blu-ray. I haven't watched it. Pizza Party, thank you for the 100 Rand. Let me turn on the alerts. That's turned off because it was distracting during the interview. So I'm sorry about that. Pizza Party, thank you for the 99 or 100 Rands. Thank you so much for the interviews you do for us. For us still stuck on, they keep us hopeful and encouraged. Well, you know, I've had people accuse me of being a troll, of using clickbait, of speculating and lying to people. It's simply not true. Those are people's opinions, and opinions are like bumholes. Everyone's entitled to them. But an informed opinion is much more valuable than somebody simply making a statement because they have penis envy about someone else being correct about things. So lots here in Buffalo. Yes, Antoinette, I'm going to have to do a Buffalo trip. And the bonus with Buffalo is I can go to Niagara Falls. So we could all like go to Niagara Falls. That'd be pretty cool. I can stay at the base. In fact, maybe Buffalo might be the next trip. It might be, with spring on and tap, I can stay at the air base. And maybe that's my next trip. I've been to Buffalo before. I've gone up to the falls, and maybe that's my next trip. Why not? That's about a 5-hour drive for me. So I'll consider Buffalo as the next trip. So what do you think, Antoinette? Should I do Buffalo next? Antoinette says yes. I'll consider that. I haven't been to Buffalo. So, yeah, I've already done the Rochester thing. So, yeah. Orlando, Marty Erasmus, I have to book a flight when the flights pick up again, hopefully in May. Because the thing is that we have flights from Allegiant that go out of, I think it's Allegiant, or maybe it's another one, out of Lancaster, which is a further drive for me, but it's much cheaper. The problem is I tried to go in March, but the flight was just like $800, and I can't keep affording $800 flights all the time. Also, it's a hell of a waste of money when I can get the same flight for a couple $100. Because remember, this last trip cost me over $2,000 out of pocket before I even went. I had a donor who gave me $100 after I got back, and I appreciate that, but I spent over $2,000 just to get there and just for accommodation for rental cars. So my credit card bills come due, and I'm not a non-governmental agency. I don't have a corporation. I don't have a big media house behind me. I do all this, almost all of it out of my pocket. And before you say, well, but the money from YouTube, remember that YouTube gets 30% of my super chats, of my memberships. They take 45% of ad revenue. Once they've taken that, then they report income to the IRS. They pay me as much as 7 weeks after a super chat. So if you give me a super chat on today, I won't see that money until the 21st of May. So yeah, or the 23rd of May. And then on top of that, then Uncle Sugar takes, and it's Commonwealth Pennsylvania, take 48% of what's left. So people think you make a lot of money. Unless you have 500,000 or more subscribers, you're not making a lot of money on YouTube. It's pretty unusual. But I do thank everyone for the super chats and for watching the ads. It does make a difference. But the reality is that most of this comes out of my pocket. It also comes out of my personal time. So Orlando is in the mix. Orlando, St. Augustine, that is the plan. Tampa, I do plan on hitting all three of those with a flight to Orlando. But Florida also has tolls. It costs me a fortune to pay tolls down there on the roads. So all that comes into play. But that's coming up as well. A Florida trip will be coming up, and a New England trip is coming up as well. Between New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, I will be going to New England coming up. So just sorting all that out now. And don't forget the Virginia trip. That's another one. Okay? All right. So John 3:16, best known verse in the Bible. But John 3:18 is a verse that must be taken seriously, says Martin. Well, thank you for that. Spent the weekend catching up and chosen. Yep. Okay, got that already. What's this? Got away from me there, the chat. Just a random question. Can you as a person request the info that USAID gained on you and eventually? You can request under Freedom of Information your investigation. They will release aspects of it, but some things will be covered up because we have to protect sources and methods. Not all information is something the public is entitled or you are entitled to. It's simple as that. But yes, you can request under the Freedom of Information Act. You can request that. When are you going to Oklahoma? Coos, Oklahoma is not on my radar. It's not at all on my radar. It's not easy to get to. It's multiple flights and expensive. But are there a sufficient number of refugees in Oklahoma? Then I'll try to make an Oklahoma trip. Dallas is easy, even though it's not a direct flight, because American Airlines is based there, so I was able to get a relatively inexpensive flight. But you have to understand, folks, domestic travel in America is so expensive. My car is 11 years old. While it's well maintained, once a car gets past 5 or 6 years and gets 100,000 miles on it, I'm a little leery about driving across country with it. Also, it's difficult for me to drive these days with my hip. Back 5-10 years ago, I'd hopped in a car and drove to Idaho, but that just doesn't work anymore. Plus, with the price of petrol, you might as well fly. So, anyway, not happy with second medicals done. Let us know after calling. My wife must do evaluation. Sorry to hear that, Ian. We'll be in the USA soon. We'll do an interview with you. Thank you, Varushka. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to an interview with Varushka and with Yassine. Okay. Work people's there. Okay. Okay, there's another question about me coming to Orlando. It would be so difficult to trust that people are successful in applications adjusting well without your interviews. Well, Karen Janssen from Rendsburg, see that. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you saying that because that's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. Without these interviews, how would anybody know that people actually come here. Yes, I know CNN they interviewed Earl Langton, and BBC claimed to have the first interview with Charles Kleinhaus, and also KCNet did interviews with a few refugees, including Willem and Kara Hudsenbeck. Yes, I know that. But all of that is months ago. Nobody is continually updating the show. People are getting here successfully. They're adjusting, or if they're having problems. But so, I don't toot my horn about that, but thank you so much for that card. But none of that is possible without you, the arrivals in America, offering to come on the program. On Tuesday, Ingrid will be on the program, Tuesday morning. So it's going to be a little early, so I apologize for that, but I don't want to let a couple weeks go by. So Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock my time, so that will be 2 p.m. South Africa time. Ingrid will be on the program. She's in Iowa, and we'll be talking about her experience. So, yeah. Buffalo is far from me, Big Fish. It's 5 hours of driving. Do you like to drive 5 hours? I don't. Okay. But thank you for that acknowledgement, Karen. You also had to redo medicals for 6 people in October, 10 of email. Yeah, that's frustrating, Gold. Will it be a good idea to do a police clearance just before we leave if needed for permanent residence after a year? No, you don't need a police. Okay, Henry, we don't do police clearances. You only need a police clearance. Stop with this police clearance nonsense. Is if USCIS tells you, they would tell you if there's a specific reason for that. You don't need a police clearance. We don't do that. That's a fascist state. That's a communist state requirement. That's what the fascist government of the National Party and the fascist government of the ANC require police clearances. That's what the communist fascists in Germany require. You have to have clearance. We don't require that. You don't need a police clearance to live in a country. You don't need a police clearance to get permanent residency. You don't need that. You do, however, need to go get one if they tell you to get one. But that's very few people. PT Bridge cheaper by road? No. Not at $5 a gallon for gasoline. $5 a gallon for gasoline, 350 miles a tank full. We're talking 2,800 miles to get to Idaho. So you do the math. Okay. So it is not that cheaper. Okay. Also, it's days. I have to stay in a hotel. You add up the hotel, 4 days drive. That's at least $500 in hotels minimum on top of it. So $500 for hotels, $400 for gasoline. It's already more expensive than flying. And I can be there the same day. Would getting a work permit be quicker if you got your Social Security already? If you already have your Social Security number, you don't. Okay, first off, you don't need a work permit. We're not a communist country. No one. Thank you for the super chat. No one needs a work permit to work in America. However, I think what you're getting at is, do you need a green card? No, you're not getting a green card. That comes after 12 months. You need an EAD, Employment Authorization Document. Here's the reality: under the law, a refugee is entitled to work day one. But the reality is, you need a Social Security number, and you are supposed to have your EAD. It's just a piece of paper saying you're authorized to work. Here's your EAD. The problem is that USCIS's goal is 30 days. The reality is they don't always achieve that, and oftentimes don't achieve it. So you can get a job in America with a Social Security number. If you've already got one, go look for work when you get here. Also, I had a refugee tell me, every time I tell them I'm a refugee, I'm like, why are you telling me I'm a refugee? It's somebody's business you're a refugee. That's your business and yours alone. You shouldn't go and go, hi guys, I'm applying for an apartment. I'm a refugee. Unless the question comes up when you're applying for an apartment, what's your Social Security number? Where's your then you say, well, I don't have it yet. I'm a refugee. Then it comes up. But if you go looking for a job and you have a Social Security number and you say, okay, fill out the paperwork. What's your legal status here? They can ask that question because they have an obligation not to hire illegal aliens, but normally won't come up in the course of events. Most employers won't ask you about an EAD unless you're in some highly technical field or somebody has a contract with the government. They can request it. That's perfectly legal. If you don't have it, explain it and tell them you're waiting for it. And it's up to them to hire you or not. But you don't have to have that document to get hired. That's not true. People say you have to have it. You were authorized to work legally the moment you arrive. The fact that someone hasn't done the paperwork doesn't prevent you from working. An employer does not have to employ you without the document, but why should it even come up? It can come up, okay? I hope that makes sense. And I hope I've answered your question there. But if you have a Social Security number already because you've been to America before, when you get here, go look for a job. Don't run a daycare. YouTube don't really deliver like people believe. Yep. That's a lot to pay for production. Oh, no, you're right, Peter DeLong. Look, if I had 500,000 viewers, I could make a living off of YouTube. But I'm not. That isn't the purpose. I wasn't trying to do that. And I'd love to have 500,000 viewers because that would mean my influence would be much larger and we'd be impacting a much larger crowd. But that's just not the reality. What I got to say is this. Look at channels that have 300 or 3 million subscribers, 5 million subscribers, 900,000 subscribers. Watch their live broadcast. Do they have 460 people, 700 people, 1,000 people watching their streams regularly? Some do. But I know lots of, it's like, look at Fikile Mabalula's Twitter account. He has 3.1 million followers. He publishes tweets, and I have tweets that have more viewers than him, and I have 13,700. So anyway, yeah. So thank you, 460 people, for being here. That shows a dedication. Okay, I love these chats. Even the gorillas are entertaining. Any more information on the first South African returning to South Africa April 6th? It's going to be viral during the week. People saying that they're returning to genocide. It will be viral, but it turns out, Guy, that I have anecdotal evidence that this is not the first person. I've been told, but I can't confirm, that a few other families have previously returned to South Africa. Don't know if it's true. But I trust the source that gave it to me, but I don't have any information on any of those people. If I did, I would have contacted them already. So what I can say is that that's why I said this is the first person, because it's the first person we know about, and that's why I reported on it. So any more information? Yes, I understand that the person was homesick. Now, of course, remember, this is an elderly lady who came over here. Her family aren't here, so she got homesick for South Africa. Well, good luck to her. You have stolen a slot from someone else and delayed someone else's arrival in America, and that's very selfish. What exactly did you think you were getting in for? Look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to attack this woman individually, and I didn't do it in my video, but I have a real problem with this. This isn't vacation. This isn't let's go to America and watch the Kardashians or go to Vegas for a show. This is not what it is. This is uprooting your life and changing it. So I don't know why this woman did this or what the circumstances are, but I am aware, I do have information, credible information, that she was homesick the moment she left. Well, too bad for you. You screwed someone else. They could have been here 3 weeks ago. That's very unfair, very unfortunate. But you know what? People do things in their own self-interest, and that's understandable. But, if anyone's over there now and you think that you're going to come here and you're going to have homesick, then don't bother. Don't waste our time. Don't waste our money. Don't steal a slot from someone else. Stay in South Africa. Stay in South Africa. We're happy to attend your funeral after you've been murdered on your rural holding. We'll go to your funeral. Just stay there. Just stay there. Millions being wasted on redos. No, there aren't millions, Brent. Those redos, those medical examinations don't cost us that much money. They're only a couple $100 per person, and it isn't millions. Even if all 4,000 or 5,000 that came over had medicals done twice, it's not that much money. It's far more important to make sure that you're healthy when you come here. And as a consequence of this, we've discovered people who have serious medical conditions. Yep, that we wouldn't have known about otherwise. All right? So it's not a waste of money. And you know what? It's our money, so it's our choice to waste it. Yep. All right, where are we at here? We're hoping the issues with so many installed cases will finally get some attention. Well, Sonia Wayne, so that's why I made a video. I made a video and I was accused of speculating from someone that has no experience as an intelligence analyst, someone that has no experience as an economic analyst, someone that has no experience working in the U.S. government, working for the government, working with refugees, working with asylum seekers overseas, working with the process. Someone accused me of speculating when I did a video about there will be denials, and there will be denials. I'm just trying to prepare people because I'm wondering why we've not heard about denials. And I had confirmation from the U.S. government that on the 31st of January, nobody had been denied yet. I find that implausible. There are thieves and liars in every batch. So I'm waiting to hear more on that. So as far as will there be more attention to it, I don't have any basis to give you any hope that they're going to deal with the cases from a long time ago. But you can see for yourself, this is a family I just interviewed, Andre and Bianca, and they put a PRM email in, and they just arrived on March 19th. Ladies and gentlemen, that's almost 14 months after they expressed their interest, 13 and a half months. So yes, people from then are moving. And I just interviewed someone the other day who was in the October group. They're here. So yes, people are moving. But not everybody's coming at the same time. So I appreciate the concern. I appreciate the angst, but I don't have any justification to tell you to be hopeful that they're going to clear out that backlog anytime soon. I hope they do. And I'm certainly pushing people, but I don't have control of it. Sonia. Redo medicals. Okay. One question. What would be a good idea to please? Okay, I already covered that. How did my chat get bounced back? So interesting to see that mainstream media hasn't latched on to the returning refugee matter yet. Oh, there's a reason for that, Benjamin. It's Easter weekend. None of them are working. Apparently Ronaldo did a broadcast today, so Ronaldo's broadcasting, but the mainstream media they're sitting at home. Most of them, they're not doing squat. That's why. I'm sure, but opportunity lost for someone. Yep. So where'd that go? God bless, I jumped it there. Come on, chat, come back. What the heck? Am I that far behind? My chat just jumped a long way. There we go. That's a lot to pay for the platform to deduct. Better support via Patreon. Well, Karen Janssen von Ensborg, better support me through PayPal. There you go. You want to support the channel? That's the way to do it. If it's in dollars, they take nothing. If it's in rand, they take very little, about 3%, a lot less than YouTube does. Any more information? Okay, so I've covered that. Looking forward to Tampa. I have a cousin down there. Millions being wasted. Okay. I should open a layering center. Are the WhatsApp groups legit? One group, or you're an admin? My Hendrix posted a Google form to complete. I really consider leaving the groups after yesterday's fiasco with the form. Well, Christy, deploy. I'm not sure which group you're talking about. There are groups that I've done. They're all u.s.refugee program. Those are the groups that I do in WhatsApp and Telegram. There are four of them now, 3 in WhatsApp and 1 in Telegram, because Telegram can take 250,000 people, but not in WhatsApp. I'm not sure what happened with that form. I posted a video about it. You can use it if you want. I was not informed of it ahead of time. So anyway, but yeah, you can leave the group. You can stay there. If it's a group that only Hendo and I post in, there's no reason to leave. Okay, Christy. But if you want to, that's your prerogative. All right. Afro-Americana says, Chris, if we as a community contribute and work together with your mods, can you maybe go to... No, they won't talk to me. No, I know Church World Service is RSC in Kenya will not talk to me. They will not talk to me. They only responded because the federal government saw my video and heard about it, so they responded because they knew they were in deep shit when I reported on the Rochester situation, and they gave me a perfunctory answer. So no, I've been trying to contact Professor G, and I've both been trying to contact them from a media standpoint and a public relations standpoint since last year. They're very obtuse. So I could go to Kenya, it'd be a waste of my time. Heard a couple ended up in Alaska. Yes, it is. Yeah, Red. I mean, that's months ago. There was family in Alaska from last report. By the way, the refugee stats come out tomorrow because they're due the 5th of the month every month. However, if the 5th arrives on a holiday or a weekend, it will be the next business day. So the 6th of April, we'll get a release, and hopefully it'll come in the morning, but I doubt it'll probably come last time it came in the evening. So the most recent date is through February 28th. This will be through March 31st, and we'll get an update. There were already people in Alaska months ago. So notice that all the guests you've interviewed are all Afrikaans speaking. Are English people excluded? No, that's first off, you're wrong about that, Chambly. You're wrong. That's a false statement. The vast majority speak Afrikaans because most South Africans speak Afrikaans, or they're Afrikaners that have come over. No, I've interviewed English-only speakers. Absolutely. So I've interviewed colors. The Indian is not. He's not an Afrikaans speaker. I interviewed the Indian family. So you're mistaken. You're mistaken. Yes, most have been, but not all. But no, I interview English South Africans all the time. No problem with it. Nobody's excluded. I've not refused to interview anybody who's contacted me. Now I'm behind in interviews because I was in Vegas and I told people that was going to be the case. And I've got War College a week before, and then Vegas, and then I only had a few days this week. And the next 2 weeks I've got War College. After that, I'll be able to be free to interview people every day of the week. But yeah, so I'm a little behind. Some of you sent me updates saying yes, I agreed to do an interview, and I haven't got back with you. But we'll have Ingrid on Tuesday. All right. Afternoon from Michigan. We're finally here. Mostly thanks to you. I mailed you a couple days. See, there you go. Iceman is here. Oh my gosh! Wow. There's Iceman. Aren't you an OG? You've been around forever, I think. Okay. So now that I immediately come on the live, YouTube wants me to send 10 notifications suddenly. What? Oh, they sent you 10 notifications. Luva Cattle Farm, South Africa. What is the time frame if we only have cultural orientation left to complete? There is no time frame. In case you missed that, there is no time frame. Every single case is different than the previous case. Everybody's case is different. You can't put a time frame in this. Then someone say it was too much. No, just ignore that. It means nothing. You can do the cultural orientation and wait 6 months for approval. You do the cultural orientation and 2 days later get approval. You do the cultural orientation and 2 weeks later told you're going to leave in 2 to 4 weeks. There is no timeline. Stop obsessing about timelines. It doesn't help, because you're just going to get pissed off when you find out that your timeline doesn't match the timeline someone else had. It's fine then. I will meet with myself. Forget about that. What the hell are you talking about, Fonz? Oh my gosh, we've already talked about Colorado's on the agenda. What's going on there? You feeling sorry for yourself today? Are you just angry because the Sharks sucked this weekend? will be able to be a refugee. As a refugee, Peter Lang, the policy's changed. You must have a permanent residency, so refugees cannot become members of the military until they have a green card. You can apply for a green card after 12 months contiguous service in the residence in the United States as a refugee. Then you apply for a green card. When you get your permanent residency, then you can go enlist in the military. You can't become an officer because you're a foreign national, but you can enlist in the military. After 3 years, you're eligible for a quicker naturalization than a refugee, which has to wait 5. But you have to meet the height, weight, the health standards, the drug testing, physical abilities, and the mental acuity. You have to do all that. But yes, you can after that period, Peter DeLong, but not before. What about Phoenix? Kathy, I haven't even thought about Arizona. My sister lives out there, so if there's a bunch of refugees in Arizona, I would consider coming to Arizona. Yep. Don't know how to do PayPal. Okay. Yeah, PayPal is easier for me. Yep, PayPal. I get much more from that. Oh yeah. What car do you have? It's so young. My cars aren't young. I have a 2004 Toyota 4Runner with a 4.67 liter engine in it, 400 horsepower V8, and which has no rust on it, and has been all over Europe, all over North America, and all over Southern Africa, as well as Uganda and Ethiopia. And I have a 2015 Chrysler 200, which is the one that had transmission replaced on it under warranty a few years back. I could get help out more eventually when we get over. See how I can help you if I have to come plant. Yeah, you're not planting my raspberries. That's my love to do that. Martin says you are like the uncle we never had, but truly love. Well, thank you very much, Martin. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Please post your PayPal again. Okay, there it is. Okay. Can't trust a word the media says. Okay. If I missed a call, will they call again? Yes, they will call again, Crystal. Definitely do an interview with you. Thank you, Lorraine Slabbert. Okay. Enjoy the interview, but isn't it better to be first in USA to see where you land before starting to organize, get your pet over? No, Leona Marie. Let me explain. Thank you for the membership. Sorry, I missed that. Thank you for the membership. So, Leona Marie, let me explain. You need to research and find agents who handle this. Figure out all the procedures, especially if you got a dog, about tighter test, what test you have to do, the reservation you have to have at the kennel when you get here. It's more important to figure all that out. But yes, bringing your dogs with you is not a good idea. That is a non-starter. But first off, you don't know where they're going to put you. They put you in a hotel. The hotel doesn't want dogs there. You're screwed. They can't put you. They got to put you in a rundown hotel that lets dogs in. If they're looking for a lease, you had a dog already, well, that's going to be a problem. But eventually you're going to want the dog, so you probably want a place that's pet friendly. But most apartments are pet friendly. So no, it's a non-starter to bring the dog with you, but you do need to get all this done in South Africa before figure it all out and have all the contacts, all the emails, all the phone numbers, all the reservations, all the immunizations, all the jabs, all the paperwork you need. Get that all done, Leona Marie. That's the key. Stuck Prism. I just wanted to find out, ever since we applied for process, we did an interview. There were multiple nights where I caught people in our yard. Well, that has nothing to do with this. Stuck Prism. No one's compromised your identity unless you've done it yourself. There's lots of people in lots of people's yards all the time. The process changes constantly, so interviews is the only way to know how things are changed, especially with the order all messed up. Exactly, Guy. Everything's different. Everyone is got their own case. Okay. Brandon Monster Mode. I'm so scared. Some of my friends is trying to talk me out of the question is what happens if Democrats... Okay, Brandon, you obviously are new to the channel. We've covered this so many times, particularly last year. Democrats will not be able to send you back. Okay, let's be very clear. What gets you sent back on the refugee program? Okay, all right? This is what gets you sent back to the refugee program. Okay, if the underlying conditions that granted you refugee status change, you can be sent back. Okay, so if South Africa rescinds 145 race-based laws, they can send you back. Now, how many people here think that's going to happen? I don't. So even if they start doing it, they won't do 145 anytime soon. So that underlying condition, you're not going to be sent back for. If you've defrauded the U.S. government in your application, you've lied about who you are or where you're from or what you've done, well, then you could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, you can be sent back. Okay, if you commit a heinous crime, we can deport you. But usually they'll just put you in prison here. So those are the reasons you would go back. All right. The Democrats can't change anything. Your basis for being a refugee is legal. You're here. It was legitimate. You're approved. Now, Trump has ordered the review of 233,000 refugee background checks from the Biden regime. Concerned that many of them weren't properly done and some of them are fraudulent. And it's a legitimate concern. If they weren't properly done, if they do it and they find a problem, you're out. If they were not properly done, they redo them, they find they're done properly, and you're a legitimate refugee, you stay. You're not going to have to worry about that. So yours are being done properly. So you're not going home. The Democrats can't change that. Republicans can't change that. The law is clear. So Brandon, monster mode, stop worrying about that. As far as your friends, tell your friends to fuck off. Don't tell them that, but just treat it as way. Tell them to foot sec. It is your life, Brandon, not my life, not theirs. I'm not asking you to come here. I'm not asking you to apply for the refugee program. I'm also not trying to stick my nose in your business and tell you, you shouldn't go. That's your choice. It's your choice, not theirs. Not theirs. Do not make decisions based on what your friends tell you. Make decisions based on clear, level-headed thinking on your part. Do you have a fair opportunity to become successful in South Africa? Are you being abused because of your skin color or your race in South Africa? Can you find work in South Africa, or are you being excluded from it because of your race? Are your chances for advancement and or promotion gone because of your race? If they are, and if you're a clever person, you'll get the F out. Brandon, the ball's in your court. Do what you need to do for you, not what your friends want. Because they're not your friends. They're not your friends. Let me tell you this right now. If people try to tell you how to live your life, they are not your friends. They're not. I'm not telling you how to live your life, Brandon. Stay, come, go. I don't care. It's your choice. But if someone tells you, don't do this, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're not real friends. Will they be there when your home is invaded? Will they be there when you're attacked and tortured? Will they be there when you're denied a promotion? Will they be there when you're standing in a food bank because you have no food? No, they won't. They won't. They're not real friends. They just have opinions. And everyone's got a bomb hole. Kus says, we did, I don't know what CO is, waiting for tickets on our way to Tulsa. Our kids have been living there for 8 years. We'd like to do an interview with them. We would like to do an interview with you then. Okay. That's great. And I'd also, if they want to have them, I'd like to have them on too. I don't mind having South Africans in America talk about their experience here. I haven't gone after that, but I'm happy to talk to South Africans if you're watching this program who live in America, who want to talk about their experiences as South Africans in America. I'm happy to do that. Rion van Heerden did that in Keeknet's Belofteland, that documentary which I appeared in. I'd love to do that. The European Parliament approved deportation. Yep, that's new. It happened a few days ago. Hi, Chris. Tell me, can my case be held back if I cancel my medicals on the 9th phase? Well, Sinette, you're not going to come over. What do you mean? You're not going to come over unless your medicals are done. But your case isn't going to be canceled because of that. They're going to reschedule it. I take it you probably had a valid reason for canceling your medicals. Other countries require Southern police clearance. We don't. What's PR? Permanent resettlement? Well, you're talking about Anglophone countries, probably like Australia, New Zealand, UK. We're not fascist governments. We don't require that stuff. Those are fascist countries. Well, it doesn't matter whether you come on the refugee program or not, guy. If you come here for permanent residence, we don't require a police check. You think we trust the South African Police Service to give us honest information? The Australians are dumb. They're stupid. They'll happily take a document that can be easily procured for 200 rand from a corrupt police officer and accept it as real because they're dumb. Chris Wyatt, TT. What the hell's TT? Do you know why maybe this happened? Got an invite to confirm availability for a date. Confirmed, then the date came and went. Yes, Red, I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why. Because the people doing it are doing a piss poor job. Thank you for the 35 rand. I have Mad Max's bank card. Well, that explains why Max hasn't been super chatting me. Yeah, because I know what they're doing. Yep. Red, send me an email with your case number and your name. I'll see if I can inquire. No promises. Okay. Heard someone just asked, so I'll ask you WhatsApp tonight about. What the hell is FOPA? Do you mean Freedom of Information Act? Is that what you're talking about for Cruiser? I already answered that question. I have friends in Oklahoma sending me a message if you want their details. You're talking to Coos. I officially have all my paperwork sent to the internet. Okay. Oh, you mean on this side? So you got a Social Security number, you got your I-94, and you got EAD? Cool. What was stamped in your passport then? When, Alan? Done a screenshot of my PayPal. Okay. I posted on the screen. That's up me. Friends in Mossel Bay is still waiting, and they haven't applied or started the process in February last year. Just be patient. Wow. Is it not misrepresentation if you lie about your immigration category status? Don't want to be an issue with U.S. green card. Well, of course it's a lie. Of course it's a misrepresentation. What are you talking about? Give me an example, Broken Arrow. Who's lied about their immigration status? Refugee programs, ignore them, do their investigation. Exactly. Yeah, we don't care about corrupt police in South Africa. I mean, we're seeing... Cut defunded, bud. What's going on? Is there a place in the USA you did not expect refugees to be placed? Yeah, I was surprised I went to Alaska. That surprised me. I was surprised to see refugees in Alaska. I'm also not surprised, but disappointed to see refugees being placed in Rochester, in Buffalo, and Utica, in New York. That's disappointing. Oh, and also the number that are going to California is disappointing. Yeah, Red, Steve Swanepoel said the same thing. A month later, they contacted him, and 3 weeks later had an interview. So it was 7 weeks after that one didn't happen. James says, my apologies. What and for whom is the form? I had no post that I missed a few streams. Okay, so somebody put together a form, well-intentioned, and they decided without contacting me that they were going to collect all this data, put it together, and then send it to me tomorrow for me to take action for people whose cases have been ignored. While I appreciate the initiative and I appreciate the honest intent, I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even informed of it. I only found out about it because Dante van Wyk is freaking out, and Chris Swanepoel contacted me, and about 40 other people contacted me and says, what is this? Can I trust this? Then I made a video, and then another 200 people contact me about it, and I'm like, could you please watch the video? You should have seen the first video I did. The first video was a little harsher. Second video was much calmer. So, and I didn't publish the first one. Wondering if I'm IT, can I do application for remote work? Sending just inform them about moving there over. What happens? Well, sure you can, Barry. You can do whatever you like. That'll work. So, James, I think that's the answer to your question. Currently on the background screening. So, obviously, you haven't watched the video either, which nobody is watching. That's very frustrating for me. So, I took the time to make the video. I actually made 2 versions of it. So, outstanding flight ticket, lack of response. Shareable link. So, this is the one that you're talking about, James. Whoops, why is it not showing up there? Paste. Paste. There you go. Paste. That's the video I did. Almost nobody's watched it. Yet I'm still getting hundreds of WhatsApp, and I'm getting questions in my chat. What about this? What about this? Well, I've already done a video on it. It's much easier for me to do a video than it is to answer 350 people for the same question. It's very hard. Okay, don't run a daycare. Well, apparently it's very profitable. But answered last year. No, it won't stop. And big Democrats win. Yeah. No, I've answered many times. Yeah, it's the Democrats. Yeah. She could have said she wants to wait for her family and give someone else a chance to go. Exactly. Exactly. See, that's what Erica did. Oh, there's Arctic. I was just thinking we haven't seen Arctic. Well, Arctic, you say that, and I say that, but I've got evidence, not anecdotal, but actual evidence that it's not true. First off, I know for a fact that Bank of America has for years given bank accounts to illegal aliens. That's why I call them Banco de America, Latin America. Latino America, Latic. So I call them the Bank of Latin America because my bank has been violating the law for years. So I know illegals can get them, but I've never encouraged people to get them. But I have now talked to people in a couple places, including here in Harrisburg, where they worked out a deal with local banks that will open bank accounts up for them. Now, I don't know how that functions, how they're allowed to do it. Maybe the banking law gives them a certain period of time before they can freeze your account if you don't have a social security number. But yes, you normally have to have a social security number to open a bank account. That's a true statement. But I have found cases of people opening bank accounts who are refugees who don't have a social security number yet. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, Sigi, I'm with you 100%. She should have said, and so I want to go back to Erica. Erica, my moderator, who's not here much anymore, Erica was supposed to be here in August. She was approved. She had a flight. She had tickets. Erica has health issues because of her strokes. A family that she was supposed to be with was coming after her. She didn't want to come over by herself, and she thought it was unfair to come without the family. So she said, please give my seat to someone else. Yeah, so. Would have loved to go in her place as she's coming back. Yep. Trucks, my wife's favorite is a Dodge Ram. Yeah, that's a good choice there, Martin. Transport is excellent, so no urgent need to get a vehicle. Medical care is next level, says Fonz. Okay. Cutman's curse. Absolutely, Colonel. We are both stressed and excited. Stressed because we know we have to start from the bottom and work hard. Okay. Neff says, crap, she just went back because she's homesick after. Yep. Well, that's the information I have. I have not spoken to the lady, but that's the information I have. That's another reason why I'm not giving her name away. I know her name. I know her real age. I just gave, random numbers so you get the feel. Isak Joubert, 70 Rand Super Chat. And here comes Nelman from Christian Deploy. Thank you. Why would anyone leave America behind? It's behind me. It's beyond me, too. Did email them. They said they will let me know when a slot becomes open again. Okay, Sinette. Cool. Good evening, Colonel. Will you be doing a video on how many refugees were placed in various states in March? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. But it probably won't come until Monday night, which means Tuesday mornings when most South Africans see it, because I'll be at War College all day tomorrow. And so I won't be able to make this video during the day. I might do a quick synopsis, then do a prepared video with the screenshot with all the numbers. Yep. Yo, Colonel, it's expensive to take us all on a bus to the funeral. Just bad that she did that. What a shame. I've been fighting leg and limb to get over. Please. Piss me off when people return. I won't actually mind if the story about elderly woman without her children returning to goes viral. It will highlight how RC should have put her on the same flight as her daughter. Well, yeah, I agree with you, Guy. I agree with you 100%. I don't have a problem with it either. You know, people, I got attacked by one of these people who's been just, I think, off their medication, calling me a traitor because I'm publishing videos like that. No, I don't hide the truth from people. There are times when some things have to be kept. I can't reveal sources at times. Not that I have many sources on these stories. Most of this is my analysis. But there are times that things have to be held. For instance, I know things about this program. I know things about what my government's doing that I can't simply share. And I understand why people don't get that. Also, these people that have no experience. You do realize that I've had the highest level of clearance. I've been read on for programs that only a handful of people in the country even know about. And these are secrets that go to the grave with me. I'll never share that information. Never betray my country. Utter nonsense. It's really shocking. A lot of people are truly desperate to get out. At this point, people are returning. Well, not many people are returning. Hasn't latched on to that tough decision. Yep, okay. Hi, guys. I wanted some advice. Would I be able to go under a refugee program while being 20, not 21? Yes. Yeah. Well, I need forms of my parents. No, you don't need your parents. You don't need your parents, Andrew. No. You don't need your parents at all. If you don't want to come with your family, you want to come on your own, just go do it. You're an adult. 18 years of age, the age of majority in America. You don't have to be 21. They allow kids in families to come over up to the age of 21 with their family just because. But you can do it on your own. You're 18. You have to be of the age of majority. Age of majority is 18 by the federal government. Put in your application. Care if you're not serious, stay at home with your white agriculture minister, says West House. Chris Wyatt Africa. Colonel Chris Wyatt, the cost of medicals would be pretty high for us if we had to pay for it. Yes, it would be, Dane Duplessis, but you're not paying for it. You're not paying for it. I'm paying for it. U.S. taxpayer. Life forbids weakness. And South Africans working already. They're paying to the federal government, so they're paying for it too. This is true. Okay. Do you need a laptop to apply? I would not. Sharon Gosselin, I would not do the intake questionnaire on a phone. They recommend you don't do it. A PC or a laptop. If you don't have one, go find someone you trust. Sit down. Be ready to spend several hours there. Okay. All right. Elik Bota, 35 and a half of Mad Max. Thank you. Whoa. That jumped on me again. Oh my goodness. I'm way behind again here. Okay. I'm caught up now. We're very sad UCS did not give us time to explain our entire persecution, asking us all the time about EFF, which we knew nothing about, and our time ran out as we were the last people. I'm not sure what to tell you there. I'm sure they probably have the information they think they need. TT is tentative travel. Well, thank you, but that was a long time ago that someone asked me that question. I don't remember what it was now. We didn't have the funds to travel. I'm trying to make a plan. Okay, Sinette. Oh, well, yeah, then that's a problem, Sinette. That's a problem. Unfavorable living conditions, being forced to use their own money for lunches for themselves and others, and acquiring clothing for the weather in North Dakota. Huh? What is that? Karen Graham, what is that? Unfavorable living conditions, being forced to use their own money for lunches for themselves and others, and acquiring clothing for the weather in North Dakota. I have no idea what that's. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's completely out of the blue. What are you talking about? What am I supposed to do with that? You've given me no information. You just made a statement. Candace, plenty of people told me I'm making a mistake by leaving. Those people are now blocked, deleted, or ignored. They haven't been through the crap I've experienced. 100%, Candace. Anyone else? My case website, colors off. On my way to read it is to select all the tests. That's just crazy. I've been told there's problems with the site this week. Okay, that's super chat. I'll get to in a moment. Yaku, we had our online interview end of January. Emailed. I recently received SAP service records. Should I upload my case? No, I would not upload it, Yaku. Why would you upload it? I mean, you're just going to cause... I mean, if they ask for it, upload it. If not, keep it. All right? If they ask for it, then upload it. It takes 60 seconds to upload it. Why upload if they haven't asked for it? You're not hiding anything. They know that you work for SAPs. If they want it, they'll ask for it. Yeah, I stay off my case too. Sir, you must not say... You must say, fuck. Thank you, Isaac. California is very expensive pizza party. It is. But so is the whole country these days. We have generation of family buried here, brothers, sisters, what we need, more events from USA. Well, Mr. Marius Pretorius, President Trump's a little busy with Iran, China, Gaza, Ukraine, South Africa really isn't an issue. It is important to South America right now. Is it all right to bring across PC components? Like, yeah. A lot of people bring their hard drive and they carry their processor with them. Yep. Just be prepared. If you go through the friggin' X-ray, like, why do you have all these parts? Are you building a bomb? You don't. Yeah. Be prepared to answer it, Colonel. I mean, if you say you immigrated to an employer and not that you're a refugee, isn't that rotation grounds? Okay, you're not giving the context, Broken Arrow. Did your employer ask for it? Then answer honestly. I've told you always answer honestly. If I'm your employer and I ask you, what's your legal status? Well, I'm here legally. I'm a refugee. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because you're not an immigrant. Okay. So my case is for internal use. But they keep screwing with people's minds. Sigi, Mr. Mario says, welcome to watch the program. He's welcome to watch the program, so don't chase him away. This is, even though it's a refugee chat, he's welcome to watch it. Depending on pet trip, if they go through EU, it's 91-day waiting period after tighter results. There's 6 ports and entries, so it really depends. Yeah, but there's only 2 places you can bring dogs on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. One of them is Atlanta. At least that's what I understand. Nicholas Labray. Every word you've said has been factual and correct. Thank you for all you've done. Hope President Trump recognize you deserve flowers. Well, thank you. How about a presidential medal of freedom? That'd be nice. Yeah, thank you for your kind words. Tell it to the trolls that are lying about me in these WhatsApp groups and these Facebook groups and these people that have penis envy and keep lying about me. Thank you. Just curious. It might be a silly question. How long would it take us to get Americans to accent? People don't get rid of accents. Did you hear the accent that Milan Debratak has? Did you catch his accent? He came here at the age of 7 from Serbia, and he still sounds like he's a Serbian. Accents don't go away. They can adjust for some people. Some people are more naturally inclined to do it, but people can fake an accent from the day they arrive. So check your Chrome. Okay, all right. Gravek says, for temporary H visa work in South Africa currently, when applying, is there anything to look for extra to provide? Keep in mind, I have no idea what you're talking about. H visa to come to America? I don't deal with H visas. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you. Thank you for the 35 rand. Okay, press that damn like button. Yeah. Yeah, Google's crazy, Arctic. It's crazy today. Got a Bank of America account without Social Security card. See? There you go. See? Bank of Latin America. Original birth certificate will be at your provincial archives. Okay. Why would RC schedule a third interview 4 months after medical succeed is clear and your tie is contacted? Well, inked because they don't know what they're doing. One hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. They're not keeping track of things. That's why. Do U.S. banks have apps that you can do? Yes. You can do ETF. Yes, you can do ETF. Yep. All my banks have, but I don't put them on my phone. I don't put apps on my phone. When your phone gets lost or stolen, your app is on there. Someone knows what they're doing, can break into the app and find the data on there and find what they need. I would never put banking apps on my phone. Nope. I do that solely on a PC that's the landline, not even Wi-Fi. Yep. My cable, my fiber is how I do it. Okay. You can get it without a SAN. I think he means SSN. Temporary until you must take it. Yeah, exactly. So the bank account's temporary. Yep. Until you have that. According to our agent, you only require address to open bank account and later update Social Security. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, Iceman. Yep. Will it count against you if you forego to put information in your QL? What? Will it count against you if you... I don't understand your question, Martin. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't know what a QL is. Do you mean intake questionnaire? Did you get... Are you asking if you fail to disclose that you're a convicted criminal? Yeah, that'll cause you a problem. Christy Deploy, I just want to get out of here. I'm with you, Christy. I saw your emails. Appreciate it. I hear you. Ink says, thank you for the 14 rand. Why would RSC schedule a third? Oh, you already asked that question, but you gave 350. Because they don't know what they're doing, Inked. You got idiots running RSC. You got people working very hard that care. They're very compassionate about RSC, but you also got idiots. One hand doesn't know what the other. Between RSC and USCIS, they're screwing things over left and right. Again, let me just recount. Sorry, my back is bothering me here. We recently had a refugee from Port Elizabeth who was called 4 hours before the flight and said, well, we need you in Cape Town. You're supposed to be in Cape Town. They're like, what? Okay, First off, they can't afford a flight. They couldn't even book a flight to get to Cape Town in time. You have to go to the assembly area hours before the flight. So how the hell are they supposed to be in Cape Town in 4 hours to fly out? It's impossible. It's a 9-hour drive. And what are you supposed to do with the vehicle? Just leave it at the airport, walk inside, check in? Well, they have to go to the assembly area first. That's because RSC never notified them that they had tickets. And the day they had tickets, they didn't fly. This is how stupid and cocked up this program has become. There's idiots involved in it. There are very good people. There's also idiots. Lowfeld lady says, typing a cell phone is crap. Yeah, don't do an intake questionnaire on a cell phone or a tablet. I've only started thinking about the program beginning March 2026 and did the intake questionnaire on March 19th. Got most of my answers just watching your videos, Professor Jane Lely. Okay. Well, you should be watching this channel, but thank you. My South African case manager made contact with me from Orlando the other day. Just waiting. Okay. James just watched some video. Okay, thank you. It must be the one about the intake questionnaire. It's usually when information does not line up and what clarity. It says, okay. Yeah, exactly. I want bugger off bunny to have a show me. What frustrates me, my wife worked for a U.S. company in South Africa. They have posts available anywhere in the USA, but still unable to get over. Yep. Utopi, not same thing. Trump County says, off the point a bit, this week I went down the rabbit hole of gold mining USA. I might have caught some gold fever. Yeah, well, that gold show, those are pretty funny. Alaska. Yep. Okay. It happens to lots of people. It happens to lots of people. You say you're not sure if other applicants. It happens to lots of people because they're idiots that are running the program. You're the Jean-Luc Picard of YouTube. I've never been called that before. Fortunately, unlike Patrick Stewart, I have my hair. When we come over, we'll bring Bugger Off Bunny a girlfriend. Well, Bugger Off Bunny has a friend. See? I got this in Las Vegas. There's the original. There's the backup. 2 Bugger Off Bunnies. But you're welcome to bring one. I'll have a whole rabbit hutch of them. Apps, Apple Pay, wire transfer. Yep. There are many ways to get money over. Bottom line, you need to sell RAND for dollars, then move to U.S. bank account. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's where I was at. It's called back for third interview. We finished everything in November. The reason was a dodgy video I shared on Facebook in October last year. Aha! See, Jaretha? I've also warned people. I haven't talked about much lately. Your social media can haunt you. Your actions on social media could get you in trouble. So best thing is to stay quiet on social media. Okay, my case is on hold because the divorce decree cannot find. I've been contacting the judiciary since January. Amethyst, and try to get an affidavit, but you can find those things in the regional archives. I've been told. You got a lot of people upset when people judge you. What's this? You lot get upset when people judge you for going USA, but are quick to judge the. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you, Arctic. That's right. That's right. That's a very good point. There's a little hypocrisy there. People get very upset when people judge you about coming to America, but then you judge the lady going back. That's a fair point, Arctic. What are our chances of coming over if we applied in February with no criminal record and real reasons? Well, pretty good, I would imagine, Sonia, if you qualify, presuming you qualify. I don't know where you are in the queue, but yeah. Yes, Coco, they go in your Facebook. They go in your Instagram. They go in your MySpace if you still have one of those. Yes, of course. I told you all this last year. People don't listen. People don't listen. We get the little hate wankers come along. Oh, he's a liar. He's misleading. He's a clickbait. Bullshit. I've been telling you all from the very beginning. Go back and watch my videos. I told you your social media can affect your case. If you put a bunch of racist stuff on a social media, you're in trouble. Well, you can't prove fear of future persecution because it hasn't happened. You can just express your legitimate concerns. Open account at 5th 3rd using your international address without social security number. Yeah, but it's a temporary account, Team Fenter. Elix says, good night. Early day tomorrow. We trust you, Colonel Wyatt. Your meeting with the congressman gave us 1 year's hope. Okay, thank you, Elic. 35 rand. Thank you so much. Elic. Minute for Faith. The problem with my case is that they've changed it so it's only able to read the browser in light mode. Rest of my answer to the previous statement asking refugees to ask questions. Got you, Karen. Okay. Sandy Rautenbach. Take your maid for a mom who has dementia. Sandy, am I getting old? Am I senile? Are you the children's author? Sandy? Trying to remember. Gosh. Lovely lady. I will have to find remote work, start a business from home. Well, I need to register as a business. No, you don't have to register as a business. You're independent consultant. I'm an independent consultant. I have to have a business. I'm getting there, Sis, and I have people helping now. Thank goodness. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that, Sinette. Hey, Colonel, you didn't tell me it's going to be so cold in Erie. I did tell you it's going to be cold up there, Herman. Anyway, thanks for all you do. Everyone else, be patient. Your turn will come. Yep. Let me see something. Can I combine an Erie and a Buffalo trip? Okay, I need to do maps. Let me see if it's going to be feasible. I think it is, because it's 5 hours back from either one. So let me see the distance between these two. It's not that far between them. Let me just take a look. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, see that's the problem. It's too far. It's too far to go from Buffalo area, so it's not going to work. Yeah, the Buffalo trip has to be a separate one. But we'll see. Trying to help that young man who's getting screwed in Erie. Facebook post copied. Hi, all. Just warning. Don't open account with Bank of America. We have 4 refugees open accounts. Last week they locked our accounts. Okay. Well, do what you want to do. I can't account for people on Facebook, and I have no idea who these people are. You don't know who they are. You don't know the provenance of that statement. So do what you want to do. The funds being locked. Well, that's probably because they've been provided a Social Security account, okay, or Social Security number. And answer, was it their bank decision? Don't want us to look at it. They said they will send their balance to and check to us. It might take a couple weeks. Okay. No, Guy. If you're claiming that Bank of America is discriminating against refugees, I find that hard to believe. They give accounts to illegal aliens. How much good PC in America cost? $400, $500. Much cheaper than a laptop. I'm grateful for you, Sis Sinette. Big respect. I would love to meet you and interview his family. Wow. Okay, Sinette. That's a big family. Emma says, I've handed in an affidavit, confirmation marital status. He's divorced. They still want the decree. Well, then I don't know what to tell you, Amethyst. It's impossible to get. They're not being reasonable. My son's girlfriend's been staying with us for the last 2 years. I've been putting her through school. What do I need to add? Well, you can't add her to your case. She's not a dependent. She's not a blood relation. You can have her do a case and link. Is she underage? Are you her guardian? If you're her guardian, then you can add her to your case. And she should have been in your case from the beginning. Why didn't you include her, Rattlesnake? I was tired of people trying to persuade people not to go. I'm with you on that, Tasigi. Forgive them for doing it. Yep. Catchy accent. Many people keep their accent, never lose it. Rattlesnake. Hey. Good evening, God's girl. What if you do not do military service but join correctional service? Do you need a service record certificate? Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. If they ask for it, you have to. Otherwise, you don't need it. Going to Massachusetts, crap the seat when I saw the cost of living there. You're going to send me a collect call. Are you going to Massachusetts or are you going to New Hampshire, William? Which is it? Still cut checks. I don't know what you're asking. We have checks. We have checks in America. Anything or say anything Facebook believes without fact checking should go back to kindergarten. Agreed to me again. If you're married and your hubby don't want to leave, can this hold your... Nope, it won't hold you. It won't hold you up. He just won't go. My ex-wife and 2 minor children are waiting my consent to travel and relocate permanently. How long do you think they'll keep the application up? I'm on the fence. Why are you on the fence, Robert? Okay, I'm going to address this, okay? Let me. Okay, I'm going to address you very quickly, Robert. Robert, is it Robert? I don't know. Okay, 53. Are you listening? Are you still there? Just give me a note if you're still here, because I'm a few minutes behind the chat. I want to address you specifically, okay? I'm not going to chastise you, but I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? Are you still here? I'm looking to see if you're still here. He asked the question a few minutes ago. All right, so timestamps. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? God bless it. Where'd Robert go? Come on. Come on, where'd it go? He's not answering. Well, I'm going to cover it anyway if he doesn't answer. God bless, how far am I behind? Okay, I've already been there. He's not answering. Okay. Balui says, don't know if you remember me, but me and my dual citizen fiance got married after applying and ended up having our cases merged into one. Yeah, there you go. Well, but they went on your case. Sonia, what are our chances of coming over if we apply in February? I already answered that. How did I miss the super chat? That's crazy. So I got it now. Okay. He's not answering, so I don't know if he's still here. Okay. I hate this. This stupid thing should have already been up there. The times. Okay, I was there already. Okay. It's got to be close to this where that was at. There it is. Okay. At 3:51. Well, it's only 10 minutes ago. Gosh, I hope he didn't leave after 10 minutes. That was pretty short. Okay, so Robert 53. I'm going to answer this, okay? All right. Yeah, New Hampshire is nicer than Massachusetts. Much better than Boston. So let me just deal with this very quickly. So, Robert, my ex-wife and 2 minor children are waiting consent to travel and relocate permanently. How long do you think they'll keep the application open? I'm on the fence. Okay, so you're not answering me, so I don't know if you're here, but I'm going to address this. Why are you making them wait? Why are you making them wait? Is it vindictive? Do you have a grudge against your ex? Do you not want them to go because you don't want your kids to go? Why don't you want your kids to go? Do you see a future for your children in South Africa? I presume you're white or colored. I can't see from that little avatar. Do you think they have a fair chance to succeed in South Africa? Are they safe in South Africa? Do you want your children to get 97 on a matric and be denied entrance into university because they're white? Do you want your children, if it's a son, to work for years and years and toil and do a better job and have more talent and more merit than other people promoted above him just because they're black? Do you want your children to start a business and have to close it because they can't get contracts with the government, which is over half the economy, because they're not black? I don't understand what the issue is here. If this, for you, Robert, 53, is all about you need to see your children, what I have to say to you is you're very selfish. I'm not attacking you personally. I'm just saying it's very selfish. You have to do what's in the best interest of your children. I did an interview with refugees a couple of days ago, and those refugees, the father signed a consent so the daughter could come over to give her a future. You have to, if you're a parent, do what's in the best interest of your children, not what's in the best interest of you. Having children means making sacrifices. Having children means applying resources, applying common sense for them. If someone's going to sit here tonight and tell me that their children who are white or colored or Indian have a better future in South Africa than they do in America, unless your name is Rupert, I'm not going to believe you. I know what's going on in South Africa. I've been there many, many times. I know many South Africans from all races, all walks of life. It's only going to get worse. So my point back to Robert, 53, is you do what you want to do. I don't know all the facts, but based on what little information you gave me, it would appear to me that the best choice for you is to give the consent and let them come over. You can visit them in America. You can come on holiday. People take their kids to Dubai, and South Africans go visit them there. They go to Australia, they go visit there. Why are you holding it up? Let them go. Let them go. September 16th. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Adele. Hi, Colonel. Danny Basson. Firstly, thank you for all you do for us. Been watching you for a long time now. Thank you very much. Been approved 26th of February. All right. Well, Danny, good luck to you. Thank you for that. QD Hutch. I've submitted my intake, and it's saved. It's submitted. I've got thumbprints. You probably can't see your intake questionnaire because you have to have a current valid password. They expire. You can't just go in there anytime. So you have to request another password. Okay. The day when I leave, I'm dropping off my car at We Buy Cars. Yeah, I bet a lot of people are doing that. $435. What's that cost of living? Okay. Don't care where I'm placed. Just grateful to get out of this country, says. Okay, Amy. Yeah, Scott Willing says RSC SIP is completely incompetent. Exactly. They're embarrassing the U.S. government. I agree 100%. Awesome. Congratulations. My stepdaughter worked in Massachusetts for 6 months and loved it. She's going back in 2 months. Okay, Jarethra. Okay. We lost 90% of business because BE now living on the breadline, but see the next 10 years being better. Yep. There you go, Martin. Hey, Carl. Thank you for the salute. Only my wife and children. Only for my wife and children. Coca says, my husband is selfish. I have a 16-year-old son and my husband doesn't want to sign consent, so I applied solo. I'm so sorry to hear that, Coco. When your son is abused in South Africa, he can blame his father for that. That's very selfish of him. Very, very selfish of him. Rousseau, thank you for all you do. We're stuck in limbo. I'm sorry to hear that, Rousseau. Hopefully it'll come right for you soon. Okay. My son is a good golfer. Would he be able to take his golf clubs with us? Yeah, you can take golf clubs. They may charge you for them on the plane, but you can take golf clubs. It's a valid visa that we're still valid until 29. Would that help? No, your visa means nothing. That's not for refugees. A visa is for a tourist or a student or someone on temporary work. That doesn't mean anything. That visa will be canceled, and you will be granted another visa as a refugee. I believe it's going to be lifted due to finances. Okay, Helena. Good. I don't know what the finance thing is. Thank you. PT Brits, that was well put. Colonel, the guy is holding back. Yep. Colonel, my passport expires 2030, which means it will expire before 5 years. No, why would you get another one? No, you don't need a passport. You just need it within 6 months. You're good. Don't worry about it. Capitec, I heard, is the best choice for people transferring money. My daughter is an aspiring cartoonist. What are her chances here in South Africa? Nothing. Really gave me a 30,000 better offer than We Buy Cars. Oh, there you go. Check that out. 30,000 Rand better. Well, that's pretty good. It's $2,000 more. Are persons that are age 65 and not able to work, can they qualify for possible? Yes, they do qualify for Social Security supplemental income. That's correct. It's not a lot of money, though. That is correct. Okay. You went to visit my brother in Dallas a while back. You watch your videos. Well, thank you, Nicholas Lebre. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that I met him. Don't know which one he was, but thank you. Had a big discussion with a family member today over the program. He says I would not do well in USA. The more I have to explain to him, I'm doing it for my son. That I don't know why you wouldn't do well in America. I don't know why you wouldn't do well in America. Anybody that applies himself does well in America. I just covered a story in the news talking about earlier about how people, so many millions of Americans have moved from the middle class to the upper middle class, and they're making money. The numbers are astounding. Yep. We're at the year mark from starting process. The move only started earlier this year. Well, Pat Meister, the same thing was the case for they're a couple months ahead of you. It took them 14 months to get here for the family I just interviewed. Is it legal to place two families in one residence because the second family indicated they have a family tie with the first family? Is it legal? Yeah, but there are legal limits there. I really can't answer that question. You give me very vague circumstances. 7 months after going through interviews, a medical no movement. Colonel, everything you told is 100% true. Thank you, Andres Miller. Yassine's had bad experiences. We buy cars. Hopefully when my son is 18, we'll come over and make a plan. Well, I hope it works out, Coco. Oh, there you are. Oh, you're behind me, Rover. Okay, cool. All right, well, don't take offense. Don't take offense. I wasn't, my intent was not to offend. My intent was not to offend you. My intent was to say that I think that's selfish. But you didn't give me all the circumstances. Maybe I don't have all the information. I'm just saying that I don't see a brighter future for your kids if they're colored or white in South Africa. I don't see it. I don't see it. And you can visit your kids in America. So I'm just saying. All right. West House, how's it going? So I'm glad you're here, Rob. You're just way behind. Okay, good. Okay, my brother and his family leaving to Nebraska on Tuesday. Brent says, thank you for all your videos, everything. Your videos are very super helpful. You're welcome. Lost 60,000 at We Buy Cars selling a Corolla across the day in February. I was supposed to fly, and then my tickets got canceled. Damn, that's a shame. I love my car. I've done a lot of work on it myself. No mechanic ever touched it. I'd rather sell it for nothing than leaving than sell it now and not be able to drive it for months. Huh. Okay. Colonel, I believe you, but I have friends who are Americans so they're complaining they can't find jobs. A few of them saying they've been without jobs for months. Okay, well, let me just talk about that snippets, okay? Let me just talk about that. First off, I call bullshit on that. Do you know who these people are? Those are people like the South Africans come over and go, well, I need to be CEO of this company. There are jobs. There are jobs. I've done this. Okay, let's pick a place. Give me a town. Somebody give me a town in America. Give me a town in America. Give me a town in America, okay? And give me a career field. Give me a town in America, and I will show you jobs that are open right now. Just pick one. I'm not even cooking this. Dallas, okay? Dallas broken. Yeah, Dallas broken arrows in Plano. Okay, let's go. We'll go with Nashville because we already done Dallas. Okay, Indeed.com. Give me a career field. Okay, give me a career field. Okay, we'll go with Nashville. No, Nashville, Tennessee, but I need to know a career field. No, motorcycle mechanics, not agriculture, advertising. Okay, advertising. Okay, advertising in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, that's not a main place for advertising. You want to go to Madison Avenue, but let's look and see if anything starts there. All right, here you go. I just looked it up. Okay, you ready for this? Okay, so these are jobs currently available on one of the dozens of job sites. Okay, insurance, that's going to be easy. There's always jobs there. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look. So, all right. So this is Indeed.com, which is one of the major ones. Marketing brand manager for Confidential. It doesn't say who it is. Nashville, Tennessee, $100,000 to $300,000 per year. Sales marketing specialist in Gatlin, Tennessee, which is nearby. Advertising sales specialist, Jim TV, Zoom Media, $30,000 to $120,000 a year. E-commerce specialist, marketing copywriter. Okay, these are a little further away from Nashville. Paid media strategist in Lebanon Station, $55,000 to $85,000 a year. Dynamic content creator for GSF Media in Lebanon from $45,000. Strategist, marketing, director of marketing, marketing consultant, PR and social media coordinator, media advertising consultant, and email marketing. You see this? Look at this. All this. Look, 5 pages down here. 5, and I don't know how many more. Let's go to 5. It wants me to log in. Yeah, it'll show you that up front, but then you got to log in. I'm not going to log in right now. Yeah, so, I mean, that's Nashville. Someone asked for advertising. I just found those jobs at random, okay? Guys, I mean, stop believing the bullshit. Snippets, they can't find jobs. That's because they're arrogant pricks. They want airline mechanic. Let's do airline mechanic in Arizona, okay? Let's go airline mechanic. Indeed, okay? We'll go to Phoenix. Phoeni, Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, hang on a second. Airplane mechanic. We'll go for Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. Let's look and see. Okay? Let's just take a look. All right, here we go. Airline mechanic. All right, aircraft mechanic, A&P technician, piston aircraft at the IWA airport at a flight school in Mesa, Arizona, $30 to $40 an hour. Aircraft mechanic. Shop technician, Chandler, Arizona, $23, $27 an hour. A&P, Chandler. Aircraft mechanic, Litchfield. A&P maintenance, senior helicopter mechanic, aircraft maintenance, nacelle component, aircraft mechanic. Look at this. This is all in Arizona, near Phoenix. Look at this. All these jobs on the left. 5 pages. I mean, seriously, snippets, I'm not disputing what you're saying, but what I'm telling you is these are people that, well, I'll only take a job that pays $150,000 a year and has to have these benefits. Water management, okay. Administrator, South Carolina. You're going to find, guys, golf club manager? Okay, let's do golf club manager. We'll do golf club manager, and we'll just say Maryland, okay? Okay, golf club manager. Let's just do that. We'll do one more here. By the way, people don't advertise these jobs and pay to get on these sites just to waste their money. Okay, we'll go with Maryland. Okay, let's just go with Maryland. Golf club manager. Let's see if that even shows up as something. Oh, here you go. Okay, here you go. Manager, golf club manager, Maryland. Okay, I mean these sites, these companies pay to post these ads. Okay, they don't pay just to put up and waste people's time. Clubs manager, Maryland Club, Legends Global, $70,000 to $80,000 a year full time. Okay, food and beverage manager at the Annapolis Yacht Club, $70,000 a year. Restaurant manager, sports and social media at Live Hospitality Entertainment Bethesda. Superintendent, first assistant, Upper Marlboro. Assistant superintendent, golf course, Oak Creek Golf Club. Assistant, getting $60,000 a year. Area supervisor. Manager, golf program equipment, the Salute Military Golf Association, Silver Spring. Retail sales lead at Dick's Sporting Goods. That's an event. They're going to hire people. Golf sales specialist, senior masters fitter. Look at this. All these jobs. This is in golf. 5 pages. Outlets manager, Hyatt Regency Chesapeake Bay Golf Resort Spa in Cambridge, Maryland, which is on the other side of the bay. $85,000 a year to work for the Hyatt on the Eastern Shore. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Your friends are talking bullshit. Okay? Yeah, why not take a job to get by and then look for something? Exactly. That's what I keep telling people. Hairdresser, barber. I know you say you need a license. Do you need to just give your diploma? I'm not sure how it works, but you have to get a license. Sometimes you just apply for a license. Love to work for an airline as ground staff. Previously worked for an airline. South Africa. Haven't worked in 5 years. We'll get a job. Prepared to do anything, says Tertia. Okay. Well, NASA, you probably have to have a security clearance, most jobs, and so you won't get that as a foreign national. Okay. Bronze pegs. That was just in Nashville. That's not even the heart of advertising. Regarding our case, please have a look, says Amanda. Amanda both. Okay, thank you. Okay. Off point, but I have to make this comment, Colonel. You're perfect for the role of Santa in the next Barbie movie. Some people have delusions of grandeur when it comes to jobs. Establish yourself. Exactly. Also doing this for my children. My husband and I are both management. Rob, are you still here, or did you take offense to my comments? I hope you didn't take offense to my comments. Okay? It wasn't personal, and it wasn't mean either. It wasn't mean-spirited. So I hope you've caught up. Rob, okay. Yeah. I mean, dude, you got to do what's best for your kids, okay? And I don't think it's best for your kids to stay in South Africa. And I'm a person telling people not to come here. Also, this for my children, husband, and both managed positions, but that does not mean anything if there's no future. Yep. Here, I'm South Africa. They want to give you a job as a fireplace installer, but being an IT network, go figure. Huh. All right. Cool. There you go, guys. All right. There you have it. There you have it. So, well, I will work and carry on writing books. I'm going to be publishing for the second. Well, congratulations, Helena, that you're being published. Problem is that South Africans cannot understand the U.S. until they get there and look at the U.S. with South African eyes. Exactly, Derek. You're 100% right. I mean, I'm still gobsmacked when people say, will I be able to find work? Employment is 4.1% around the country. Anybody can find a job in this country. Anybody. See, the problem is that people want. They aren't willing to earn. You must earn. You don't just get handed something. You got to earn it, okay? I've had people hand me jobs because I've earned it. They come looking for me. I get headhunted all the time, and I turn these jobs down. Probably why they're starting to dry up now. So, yep. Can't find a job in America, you must stop looking on Network 24 for a job in America. Yep. After 1 year's ref, you apply for green card. Can one age cut off 42 still apply in the Army? No. 42 is new. It used to be 34. This is a new thing. I don't think it's going to last very long. You got to be under 42 when you apply. Okay? Or when you enter. Hey, Sandy. San Antonio. I bet it's cold. Well, that won't last long. It's going to get hot there. So, you're welcome, Helena. Okay. All right. So, I think we've answered all the questions as best we can today. We got 500 people currently here. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done already, folks. It's been a while since we did Kaffee Klatsch. It's been a couple weeks. Only 364 likes. Come on. Come on, man. What's up with that? Come on. I feel like Joe Biden. Your screen is black on my side. Refresh your page, Mara. It's YouTube. YouTube is having problems today. Though my kids are young adults already, but at least one of my grandchild is getting out this week, so happy for them. Hey, Loretta. Cool. Okay. So true. We have to start from the start, not from where we left off. Exactly. Because first off, many of you have an artificial level to start off in South Africa. I'm just being honest. Many of you have an artificial level. You know, a lot of people who do jobs in South Africa wouldn't qualify for the same level of employment here. At least they don't sound like Biden. Christo Stamen is available for an interview. Christo, send me an email and say Christo Stamen would like to do an interview in the subject line, okay? God's Girl, 35 minutes. Thank you for what you do, your time and your truth you share. We do hope to be there soon. Okay, cool. I would hope to do an interview with you too. I like the username. Colonel, what is the cutoff for cops and military if you want to apply? Peter, it's there's no standard thing. This isn't a criminal enterprise like South Africa where we have a national police service. We don't have a national police service. You have county sheriffs, you have municipal cops, you have state patrol, you have park police, you have FBI, you have military police, you have port authority, you have all kinds of law enforcement. You have ICE, you have all kinds of law enforcement. All of them have different standards. But generally speaking, you need to be no later than 35 to join the police. There are exceptions. Don Bolduc, a retired one-star Special Forces officer from the U.S. Army, applied for the Police Academy in New Hampshire in his late 50s and completed when he was 60 or 61 years old. Went to the academy, did the same exercises, did the same runs as the 20-year-olds, and qualified. He's a reserve police officer now. So, you know, you don't even have to be a police officer. You can run for sheriff somewhere and you get elected, and you become the sheriff without any police experience, but that's pretty rare. Military, normally it's 34, although the Air Force and Army apparently have upped their standards to 42 now, but that's temporary. You're welcome, Bossikop. Jesse Owls, do you think your video with addressing USS Slack follow-up will be making an impact? I do think that my conversations, my interaction with the U.S. government are having an impact, yes, but it's not as fast as I would like to be. Do adult refugees with disability receive Social Security supplement on Medicaid? Yes, Sandy, that is true. That is true. I'm joining ICE. You're going to put an ICE in front of me. America, when someone do Uber Eats, I have done that, and I was robbed at gunpoint. It's just not so good to know. A lot of people are targets, but do people do Uber Eats? Yes, people do Uber Eats here. Yes, they do. Amy says, talking to Sanch, people shouldn't have this entitlement town. 3 years ago, this was only a dream to come to America. Well, 1 year ago it was a dream. Okay. Are South African cops high regarding the U.S.? No, nobody knows about South African cops here. How would they regard them? Okay, Peter wants to join the Army. Okay, well, you can join it once you have that, as long as you meet the standards, once you have that permanent residency. Okay. Okay, I already spoke with her. They're willing to do an interview. Just need time to settle. Okay, that's fine. No, I don't expect people to interview the moment they arrive. Then you get settled. We can't talk about your experiences if you just arrived. Tertius, what's Tertius got to say? Hey, sorry, Corey, what's going on? Might have missed my other super chat earlier. Today's interview encouraged me to come do the same. Just need to get out of stock. I did miss your interview, Tertius. My apologies. What did you give earlier? Let me go take a look at that. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I missed any interviews. Super chats. Let me go through all of them. I have to go through a couple places here. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see. See all. Okay, so it was from Tertius. Okay. Can having a well-paid job count against your FG? No. Okay, thank you. Good question. Sorry I missed it, Tertius. I'm glad you mentioned. No. It doesn't matter whether you're rich. See, get this out of your mind. Get this out of your mind, okay? Being a refugee has nothing to do with your income. It has nothing to do with your genitalia. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. Your health. Unless you have a communicable disease, like active tuberculosis, then you have a problem. You have to wait till it's latent. Refugees are people who are fleeing persecution. Rich people flee persecution. In 1938, 93,000 Jews fled from Nazi Germany after Kristallnacht and came to the United States. The vast majority of those people were wealthy. They had businesses that were destroyed by the Nazis. Their lives were turned upside down, and they got out because they had the resources. They came here before we had refugee programs as refugees. You can be a millionaire and qualify as long as you've been a victim of persecution. I mean, the guy from the strawberry place. What's the strawberry place between Stellenbosch and Somerset West? The big strawberry. I can't think of the name of it. Some of you know this. You know what I'm talking about. You go past the Stellenbosch airfield, go down the hill. On the left-hand side is the place that sells strawberries. The people that own it are Ukrainian Jews who have been here for like 100 years. One of the brothers was murdered. It was a farm murder. They execute him. So somebody know the name of that place. I can't think it off the top of my head. Big strawberry thing out there. You guys know what I'm talking about. Is it called Strawberry Farm? I didn't think it was called Strawberry Farm. Anyway, that place, that guy, his family could have qualified. They're millionaires, multimillionaires. They could have qualified because they're under pressure. Your income doesn't matter. Don't worry. That is not a factor. It will affect what you get for refugee assistance if you got money, but otherwise it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, your granddad used to work there. Yeah. Well, he was murdered. I was given a tour. One of the brothers was murdered. Yep. Farm murder. Her other people have been denied Social Security. That's bullshit, Sandy. You heard that? Who told you that? Who told you people denied Social Security supplemental? Who told you that? Who told you that? Where? In a Facebook group? Oh, there's Rob. Okay. Thanks for your sponsors. Can't President Trump fund a rehabilitation program for South Africa instead of regulation? Look, Rob, I love South Africa too, but that ain't going to happen. That's not our business. A rehabilitation program? What? While the ANC runs the country? That ain't going to happen, man. Rob, I appreciate it. I appreciate where you're coming from. I appreciate where you're coming from. My advice to you, you sort of asked for my advice, so I'm going to offer it, okay? Grant them permission so they can come over, okay? You can come visit them, all right? Once they have permanent residency, they're no longer refugees, they can go back and visit South Africa. It's not a permanent thing. It's not forever, okay? But that is 5 years. It's 1 year. No, I'm sorry. Once they're American, if they become American citizens, I misspoke, yeah. So I have police members who are outstanding with a great team. Well, Carl, that's great. I never denigrated all the people in the police. But you only need to watch some Shalanga Commission, if you don't believe me, to see how deep this rot is. Jackie Salibe. The list goes on and on. So Fanny Masamola is now being accused. So, yeah, look, there are always good people in every organization, no matter how corrupt it is. So, Strawberry Farm. Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Rob, so thank you for not going flying off the handle and taking my advice, okay? If you love your children, my advice is let them come to America, okay? And I'm the one telling people not to come here, okay? Tech says, my age count against... No, your age won't count against you. You can't, but you're not going to be joining cyber defense firms without being a U.S. citizen. You have to have a clearance to do those things. You can work in private sector, but you're not going to be able to get a clearance. You're not an American. Moibag, isn't it Moibag? Is that the name of it? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Moibag. Yeah, I think that's the one. One of my niece's husbands working there, stay on the farm. Okay. Yeah, you pick your own strawberries. Yep. But one of my viewers works there, and I go there all the time. Joe Burgers will ask if the strawberries are sweet, and I say yes. Yes, on a Facebook group. We're the people themselves, if I can remember correctly. See? Facebook group. Was at a Burger King, got a meal $4.50 through the app. Well, that's a good deal. They've got some specials on apps. Yeah, McDonald's too. It will cost you kind of too much to fix here and too much. Yeah, well, it's not our place to fix South Africa. If you have a DUI case during would it hurt? Braun, that's the first time Breon, the first time I've been asked that question. I don't think it'll help you, but it may not help you because the underlying basis is it's not a serious offense. If you didn't kill somebody, if you didn't have a negligent homicide or vehicular manslaughter, you're probably going to be okay. As long as it isn't a repeat thing. But if it's a repeat thing, it could affect you. Yeah, but you may be okay. All right. We left SAPS 10 years ago. Too much corruption started then already. Did not want to be associated with it. Yep. Yeah, Mooiberg Strawberry Farm. That's the place. Yep, that's the place. Yeah, so, yep. The owner, one of the owners was murdered. Ukrainian Jew. South Africans, but Ukrainian Jew. Murdered. It could affect the green card process. That's correct. But then you just stay a refugee. So, anyway. But you have to apply for the green card after 12 months. You have to apply. It's obligatory. They can turn it down, and you just stay a refugee status, and they let you stay as long as the underlying conditions are there. So, yeah, it could affect it. But you can reapply later on for a green card if you get turned down. All right, yeah. Well, the bottom line here, I'm sorry, Breon, but I just need to tell you is don't drink and drive. Personal rule, one drop, I don't get behind the wheel. But that's me. All right, we've dropped to 397 people here and 2,900 views. Let's see how we're doing on likes. How are we doing on likes? 420 likes. That's a lot healthier. Well, this says I got 424 currently. Well, these two aren't matching. the data isn't matching. It says 431 people watching right now. I don't know which one to believe. YouTube is all messed up today. We who stay there just call it Strawberry Farm. We never talk about Mooiberg. I call it Mooiberg. So, sorry, I guess I'm a rube. Don't smoke and fly. Contract was not extended because I'm white. There you go. Yaku Enslin. There you go. I predict the ANC will form a coalition. Nope, I don't predict that at all. No. It'll never happen. Never happen. And if it does, it won't last long. At the Thirsty Scarecrow. Yep. Amy says smash the like button. Please do. Okay. Yeah, don't drink and drive here. Bad mojo. Okay. My sister's a reservist with her husband and thinks they will be a great asset to the U.S. police force. Okay. Oh, Chris, will there be sanctions against South Africa soon? And then we'll, from Europe Academy. Yeah, an MBA from anywhere in the world that's accredited is going to be an asset here. Yep. Thanks for all your broadcasts. You're welcome, Loretta. I've got work to do. I've got to go into the Veterans Organization and probably get myself Frappuccino. And I've got to get ready for tomorrow. So I'm going to be working full time. I hate that. That's why one of the reasons I turned those jobs down. Working, work a day man. I after 36 and a half years in the Army, I don't have to answer to people. But you know what? I spend all my time helping refugees and helping South Africans and helping people with my news broadcasts and helping veterans that it feels like I still answer to other people. All right. Thanks, guys. Be sure to hit the like button. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for being here. And are bikers really targeted as it seems? No, bikers aren't targeted. What are you talking about? I don't know anything about bikers being targeted. How was the Easter egg hunt? I didn't see it Night of Justice. I only helped set up, and then I had to come broadcast. I had to go to the Rugby Ascendant to watch the Stormers be cheated. They scored a try, 2 tries. Should have been a penalty try when the guy pulled down the maul. That should have been a penalty try. And then they would have won the game. And they also scored at the end, and they were cheated. Well, they grill you about being bikers because bikers are associated with gangs and criminal activity. It doesn't mean they discriminate against them. They just ask you. If you consider making online courses. No, I haven't, Tertius. I haven't thought about doing that. Every time I turn around to get an opportunity to earn money, right now, selling baby chicks. Idaho Garden Girl. Yeah, I have a video from baby chicks from the local farm store that I took last year. Yes, it has been confirmed, Sandy. Yes, I confirmed it. I've confirmed it with people in South Africa. I've confirmed it with people in the town she's in. And let me just check. Hang on a second. If I got a response from someone else. Okay, I'm just checking the source and see if it came up there. It didn't. Yeah, okay. You're creeping in my heart each passing day. Thank you, Carl. Hope we can give the forgotten ones some better news this week. Can't thank you enough. All right, well, we'll try. Okay. I ask if you're over 65, can you still work in your field? Yes, there's federal law against age discrimination. You can't discriminate against somebody based on age. It's illegal. But that said, a lot of times people who are older have a hard time getting jobs because they do get discrimination. It's hard to prove discrimination, okay? You're welcome, Lowfeld lady. Thanks for being here. And I thank you all for everything. Appreciate it. Family Bikers Club. Yeah, well, Sally, bikers are associated with criminal activity in America, so they're going to ask you those questions. Hey, CJ, you are very late. All right. Okay, I work for a motorcycle company. I'm in, but I don't ride. All right, that's going to do it, folks. Y'all take care. Be sure to hit the like button, and we'll see you later. We'll see you for the next one next week. And in the meantime, we got lots of stuff coming up. Tomorrow, I will be on an irregular broadcast. I'll be broadcasting from my mobile from the War College, and so that'll be irregular. So tune in for that. Hopefully, it'll be nicer weather than it was today. And we'll see you throughout the week. I will be on for Night Owls later tonight if you want to pop in. That'll be tomorrow morning, South Africa time. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. God bless. And happy Easter to everyone. Wow. Cyrus the Virus, where have you been, man? It's been a while. Welcome back in. Thank you for the 7-year end.